So, welcome to a little bit delayed, but not too much. Game is loading, so at least we are going the right way. I just opened No Man's Sky, everything was fine, and I was about to click the button to play. Then it said update. But it was luckily not a long one, so we should be fine. We should be rolling. And the time is actually fine. So, thought it was better just to put in a word of warning in the chat, but really the thing is with updates, you never know. Sometimes it's suddenly 100 gigabyte you have to download and install, and it takes forever, and you feel like a muppet because it just happens when it happens, and it won't let you play on the, so to say, old install. No, it's just sitting there, update. So that is one of the things which I would say can be annoying. So seems like I have a little bit of lag, but apart from that, should be fine. A bit more audio to me, so I also can hear what I'm doing. So I have a little bit on first floor of this freighter, and some of it I have done, some of it was already there, so it's yeah, I could kind of kill the rooms and rebuild it and all that kind of things, but I kind of like keeping the freighter as it is and just build to it instead of oh, I need to make this all mine. Well, all mine is fine, but as I said, I actually like to keep some of the original as it was, because I think that adds to the charm. So, frigate missions. That is a combat. Not much to sing hallelujah over there. Next one is industrial. It's very often a lot of material, and seems like the same. This is one of the exploration ones. Found some rare, which I guess is fine. And not much coins there either, so it's not the coinage which is pulling down the wallet today. Another balanced. Again, a rare one. They can be worth money, so that's not too bad. The last one was the longest one, I believe, which is exploration as well. Iconic egg. That's not really what I'm looking for. There's a lot of surprises here. But of course only one is valuable, the others is not. But still, it's all money in the end, so. And it came out with 1,000,000 coins as well, so. Let's put something aside. I soon have to actually start cleaning up. I will sell them immediately. I have so much value around me, and that is not a bad thing, but it takes up space. Keep them there for now. So as I said earlier, between well, 180,000 I've been down to, and up to roughly 2.2 million. That's where it goes at the highest. So some of these comes over here because I already have some, so which is fine because I actually administer it from my exosuit anyway, so those need to go to the freighter. A lot of this is actually not really useful. So this is everything that I can sell, I want to sell, not what I can sell, but what I want to sell. There is a very big difference. So warp cells are always useful, so at least that is a good thing. So let's go and send them off again. Before I do that, I need to check something, because I came out yesterday and my platoon seemed not present. But they seem to be there, so That might have been some sort of glitch, I don't know, but something we can see, look at when I go into battles today, which I probably will at some point. So, what do we have? 2 discovery, 1 industrial, 1 balance, and 1 trade. Okay, let's take the trade first. So, let me plug 3 of these on, which add to the trading. I don't know if it gives anything extra, but let's see. Then we have a combat on, support, and a organic. It's 5 stars. This one is useful. The other one, I'm actually going to do pretty much the same. The thing is, the combat ones are not really in use, so it's fine. Industrial, I have only 5 of them, so I'm going to take that out and put a combat as the last. The balance should preferably be 1 of each, which it is, and 5 stars, hooray. So they are all out, and we have done here what we need to do. Then normally I will do my farming run, but I actually decided to put that in the end of the stream because I actually don't need it now. And if I should need something which pops up, then I can always go and find that. So I have a mission in this system, find a strange world and take a picture. It's one of those that yeah, I love the accuracy of the mission. There's 6 planets in this system, which means I have 5 planets which will be wrong. But let's see what it actually shows. I am still going to see if I can sell anything before I start them. Those are on the plus side. Always nice to get rid of some of the things as quick as possible. Just going to sell them as well. So, made up a lot of space in the ship, earned some money. It's not a bad thing, even though some probably would say it is. So So I am less than 100 million from reaching 4 billion. So what is the planet in this system? Petrified planet, is that a strange world? Could be. Problem is, it doesn't show you which planet it is. It only tells you what system it is. So I have my so I changed to the less good, so I can do some scans at least and earn some money. This one is not made for fighting. I can defend myself with it, but it's not the highest damage output I have. And I found all the animals on this planet. Which means I can go and get the bonus. I like that. So I picked up some unidentified. Okay, so this was not the planet. Back to space, I assume. Oh, we can take a look at that one now. We are seeing it. Seems to be rather close by. Lighted planet. That doesn't really sound like what it would be, but let's take some looks around before we decide on which one we take concert. Terraforming catastrophe. Well, the only way really to do it is actually to try it out. It will normally, if I remember right, tell you when you enter the atmosphere if it's the target planet. It doesn't look like this is the one either. Trucks. is always nice to, not nice, it's recommended to check your shielding before you step out to the world. So, sentinels on this one, they do not accept much. So, enough, and go on to the next planet. Hopefully that will be the right one. It's the one we already went to. So that is of course a no. I have a feeling it's this one with the aggressive sentinels. And that is kind of boring. Not my favorite discipline, but hey-o. We do what we have to do when we have to do it, and that's how it is. Scanned the whole planet in this system and nothing comes up, and I know that very often I have to actually land on them to get that treat. Not this one either. You know what? And let's just get away. There is no need to hang around. Been to Baal. Why does Baal sound bad? So, stellar intelligence. that I'm not getting anything out of, so that one was the one I came from. Baal was the one I was going to. These things you encounter in space is actually a little bit weird because you never know how to actually deal with them. Some you talk to, some you fight with, some you just scan and yeah. It sometimes makes me very wary when it starts saying alert in the middle of something. I sometimes feel that I'm actually kind of doing something wrong or getting attacked or what it could be. And that is not very nice feeling. But of course, on another planet where I found all the animals. Well done me. So, I will say one thing. Even though there's only one animal, and you can, of course, argue whether I have found all animals or not. Well, technically I did, so that's the fine part. And the even better part is I get 250 nanites for finding it. So, no complaint from me whatsoever. Whenever you get something which is easy and good, take it, say thank you, and carry on. There is no I kinda knew that was wrong what I just did. That was the most silly thing. Jesus. Sometimes You're just a moped. Or at least I am. So we made our photo and we get our reward. There was nothing else here we want to do, so kind of already found that out. And the B shuttle and a B explorer. So I'm tempted just to go there. Why? Because there's a black hole. Black hole will bring me a little bit further towards the galactic core. This time I will try to enter the space station through the entrance instead of through the wall. It is the more healthier option to do it that way, I would say. So we are continuing our adventure, if you can call it that. C-class, not really something worth talking too much about. Getting some nanites. Some products. Sell some maybe. Well, the thing is, the more I can sell, the better it is. Remember, the goal is reaching 4 billion plus. How far we can get, that is the big question. I don't know, but we will find out eventually. But do we stop at 4 billion sharp? Do we go further? I don't know, and that's what we have to find out. I don't think I ever reached that far, because normally I would not have a lot of coinage. I don't know why. I always had some, but nothing like I have on this save. This is like being a super money maker, which I won't complain about, because it is done that I can afford. whatever I want. Didn't see there was one there as well. The fighter. And the traveler. And some nanites. Oh, I better stop. This start getting annoying. Even I could hear that. So what mission do we have here? Kill 2 predators. I take it. I might not do it immediately. I take the repair kit because they might come in handy at some point. I have quite a lot of them, but as I said, they can be rather handy, especially if we jump through the core. And they gave me some money. That's another fighter. It's actually quite good looking. So I'm not going to get any mapping on the predators. They are just, you find them on planets. So I'm kind of just leaving them until I see them at a planet. Now I have my platoon. Already gone in my way twice. It's kind of annoying, but hey ho. These platoons we have, I feel sometimes they are more in the way than they are actually helping. The concept needs some tweaking. No, not twerking, tweaking. More wave. Down a lot of my health. can hand it in, or I can take the black hole. I actually don't want to. It's going to give it to me anyway, but I'm not going to go that way. Because I'm going directly to the black hole. And then on the other side, I will go to the mission thingy and get credit for it. Because you don't have to do it in the same system. So there's no need of wasting time going back to the space station, as I will do that with the next one anyway, and yes, that's how it is. Now we come into a battle. Do I want to fight that battle? That's the big question. I actually don't think I do. So you can actually cheat the system. You just go and land on the freighter. Remember to check what the freighter is. It's a B. And then you go and talk to the captain. So you can inspect the freighter. I don't want to do that. I just take the payment because I already know it's less than the one I have. So that is not going to give me a new freighter. I might look if it's an S-class, but otherwise, nah, not really bothered. But that is actually a way where you can cheat the system a little bit and get out of the battles with the freighters. You just land on the freighter. I am feeling rather warm again. So, what I never checked was how much closer I've gotten. I'm still no clue. Roughly 6,000 is probably where we are, but I actually couldn't say because I didn't check. I would say it doesn't really matter because it is pretty much standard around 6,000 for a black hole. And this it is not the most intriguing stuff, but oh well. guess that was kind of positive. This is not going to be big money makers, but guess that's okay. Every little helps. So I actually realized I've got something on my ship which I should have had a look at. Tech, shielding, 19%, everything else is around 30, so yep. And if you notice, I dismantle them, and that gives me a little bit of benefits. When you install something, so when I install this, it becomes worth 19 nanites. If I sold it before, it would be 300 or something like that. So you see all the others have 4 except that one. So only having 2 is in itself not really good. So another wiring loom. We have some modules. These I will sell as they are because I'm not going to install C and Bs. That is almost for sure. Because they will not beat the ones I already have. So a little bit of boxes. That's the thing, you never know what you get in them, but most of the time it's something you can kind of use. It goes well with your stacked resources. But also sometimes you find thing you else would have to manufacture to actually. That's an S shuttle. He left. Maybe he's back before I'm finished. So I still need a few words with the Kovacs. It's not many though, but I'll have to try to get them. And you can see when you have gotten all words, then it will be grayed out like when I already talked to him. This one will be grayed out when you try to get words, so yeah. Oh, that's difficult. Oh, it's difficult. So I can hand in the mission. And what they have here is worth nothing. Money again, but it all counts. 67 millions is what I need to reach the magical 4 billion one. So that ship didn't come back. It is as it is. I mean, one thing is always nice to know what the planet is before you go and land on it, but I do sometimes actually forget to scan when I land and oh. And this was a whole other planet, so it was actually kind of waste, but I guess that's kind of okay as well. I will have to go over and open my window a bit more because I feel I get no air in, so bear with me a sec. I do have a fan in the room, but I'm always afraid it will make too much noise. So, I actually forgot to look at these. It's hot here. Oh, something like that. So, that's always good to pick up what you can. I do like boxes, that's no secret, and it goes good with my hoarding mentality, so whenever I can get something which is actually free, I'm all over it. In the past, I normally call it in the good old days, you could on your freighter place these drums, and they would every day give you something, like these do when I take them. And people had whole rooms filled with them. And then you say, why would you do that? Well, first of all the free stuff you got was honestly worth immensely amount of units, so it was a good way of stocking up. Some of us, of course, just hoarded it up. I am guilty in that more than anyone else. So, got some trade goods. So we have something to sell on later. question is there anything I can actually scan in distance? I don't know until I try. That was the plan. Not the animal though. What about the sentinel? I can't scan them, so yeah. Anything flying? Nope. So and there's not much reason to stay around here, and it's just getting on, going on. Continue. Apart from my ship decided to take off and just stop. So I need to go down to 20%. So for a rare situation I actually take warp modules because it's actually not bad sometimes just to top up with them. It's also, I am aware I have a lot of them at the moment, so yeah. I think I'll go there. I was thinking about the black hole, and yeah, the black hole brings me quicker towards the core, but it's not only about getting there as fast as possible. I actually haven't found a place where I want to put a base in this galaxy. I have... sorry for that. I have an intention of putting a base in each galaxy. I know that might not work out because there is actually a limit how many building blocks you can have in bases on your account. And I don't know how many it is. I have heard and seen very different numbers, so again, I'll have to test out, and at some point if I can't build one, well, then we know why. It will probably tell me my limitation has been reached or something in that direction. This is funny enough another Korvax system, not because of the language I'm trying to get to them. Sometimes it just falls in the right places, and I don't really look at who the owner of the system is. So when you're sitting watching, if you have questions, either because you are new to the game or there's things you start with don't know, feel free to use the chat. If you are a more experienced player and you think the way I'm doing things are a little bit square or something like that, feel free to educate me if you want. Or just come in and say hello. It's nice to know who's actually sitting watching. I got numbers, but numbers don't give me names, so I don't know exactly who is watching and when who is watching. I think that was very bad English, but the thing is, pop by, say hi. Let's get a little bit of life in the chat when you're sitting here anyway. And you don't have to be a follower to use the chat. Of course, I will appreciate anyone following. That is kind of what we need for our streams. The more followers, the better it is, but that is not my sole purpose, and I rather want people actually follow because they want to, not because they have to. A, B, C. So we continue a little bit down the same part as usual. Small. So I can say small in Kovac now. Or rather, I can understand the Kovac word for customized trade requests. Okay, that was not entirely what I was expecting, but oh well. Sometimes you get a surprise. Surprises is fine to a certain degree, as long as it's relatively positive surprises. If you get into where it's a very negative surprise and you get killed or something like that, then of course that is not nice. So the best words with the Kovacs is anything technology based, but it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Scam creatures. I will do that. It probably sends me to a neighboring system, but that is fine. And more cubes. So, haulers coming in always remind me of a truck stop or motorway rest stop services. So that's a warning. There's certain foods you wouldn't eat on this station then. So as I have to jump, damn, I pushed the wrong button. Oh shit. Yeah. On my survival game, I actually moved my emergency warp to another key. So I didn't make stupid mistakes. And I haven't made stupid mistakes. I'm sitting clicking all my keys if I need it, but I don't make mistakes. here I sometimes click it and I walk somewhere where I have no clue, because you don't know where you're going. So I actually might be in the system I was supposed to be in, who knows. But I need to repair that first. It's luckily a quite simple repair, but still. It cost me a little bit when I am stupid, but that is the thing. Stupidity costs you. And that can be in many different forms and shapes. It's a very big multi-tool. B-class. And I seem to jump from coax system to coax system. I actually get the marker up for the animal scanning, so that is kind of good. Dirt. Very expensive wiring looms. Some of the things I bought earlier, which could be sold, which is good. Selling is blazing. Oh, more plants. Blast. There's good words for this in the Eastern European languages, but I will not sit and say them because I'm not Eastern European, so that doesn't belong on my in my vocabulary at this point. Is there something on the wall there? No. Well, kind of a letter or something, but yeah, I thought it was a mosquito. So that's an exotic. Hello. So 56 slots, 37 million. It is kind of expensive. It is kind of expensive. Okay. So I will do as I normally do. Take a picture, because then the coordinates of the system comes up in the lower whoa, don't do that. In the lower left hand corner, and you can see it's a pretty yellow mosquito exotic, S-Class, of course, price 37 million. So, if you're interested, I'm in the Elkupalos system, and you can use the glyphs down there to get to this system. And it's called Nitrake 2 on the space station, so it's actually a relatively easy thing to find. And all you have to do is camp out for it. It will appear. I only can't tell you how long you will have to camp, because the circles they appear in is very up and down, but it is a pretty ship. It's a Mosquito, exotic, and yeah. And then someone asked me, why don't you ever buy them yourself? Well, you can only have, I think it's 12 ships. So I do have space for a couple, but as it is at the moment, this is not really a priority for me, and yeah, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. That's a good kind of discussion to have, but I do have one of each ship, and I'm quite happy with that. I have space, so when I find crash ships, I can actually claim them and scrap them. And if I find, for instance, a very cool ship that I don't know whether I want it or not, I still have space for it. So it's all about being practical, and I know myself, if I could have 100 ships, I would have 95. Something like that, because again, I will still keep some space, so I have something to work with. But on the other hand, I think that having a proper accord with the community, I put these videos up on YouTube with everything I find. In all galaxies I come through, and I mean, if you are in the galaxy and you want to go for any of those S-Class ships, feel free. Anyone can, and it's not like you don't steal it from someone else, because it will reappear after a while. So the only thing you would waste is your time while you camp out for them. That was the wrong button. I need to see what it's a 2-star. And it isn't just animal scanning is, so that's actually good. So where is it? It jumped off when I took another. That one. There, on the top of that world. Or behind it somewhere. That is absolutely a possibility. Oop, don't do that. I'm sorry I'm sitting like I'm sitting on needles today, but my legs is very sore from a lot of walking the last couple of days, so begin land to search. Okay, is there something I can land on? There's some islands there. Is there something closer to that? No. So that one looks like a construction. So does that. Do not want me to land there. I had a feeling, but if you don't try, you won't find out. So I guess I have to go swimming. Uses minimal sentinels. The last one I had where I had to scan something. They were aggressive and they were chasing me around. So yeah, that was very, very interesting. So it's unfortunately animals I have to scan, so yeah, that is thing I might not have enough of, but let's see. It's a crashed trader. How does that work underwater? I have never done that before. I did not even know you could find crashed freighters in the ocean. Okay, I just learned something new. This is a little bit tricky. do it the good old-fashioned way. Because I can't see what I'm doing. Then I need to have it in third person. What the fuck is it? Am I drowning myself before I get anything out of the ground? Radioactivity. So that is not changed. I have to keep an eye on my air, or rather my shielding. I don't know if it's actually air, but so things are roughly the same places they normally are, so that's actually good. Weird. I'll take this one, then I'll fill up my shielding.
Radiation leak detected.
Yep. Have to be careful I don't die. That would be a little bit unfortunate. So, what is actually weird? Is more than normal, and in other places, and again this is quite new for me. myself at least. Any more shown on that? Okay. That's actually interesting. And I have never seen this underwater before. Well, I would say I don't have a lot of experience working underwater, so that I know a lot of people have made bases underwater and stuff like that. I've tried that and didn't really get it to work. So I'm actually trying to scan animals for a mission, and it ended up with a crashed freighter instead. So how many do I have? How many do I need? It shows me something completely different. That is quite normal. Problem is that this whole area is water. There is some small islands and I might be able to find something on them, but I don't know if that is going to be the case. That's always the issue with this. I need 2 more creatures. So there's not much fishes here, so is there maybe some boats? It's actually weird there's no fishes. Oh. That's one I didn't get. Good. And there's only one I need at least. Hopefully there is some bites. Yeah. The feeling I was reaching the bottom here. Wow. It's all the fish. That's it. Oh dear. That really sucks. That really sucks. It's actually one of the reasons that I don't actually like these kind of missions with the scanning, because sometimes you spend a lot of time finding the last of the last 2 depending how many it is.
Units received.
And yeah, you really just need one red blob, but there isn't any. What then? That's always the good question. What then? What's the eels?
Units received.
Oh dear. Oh. Ooh.
Units received.
Well, that was kind of lucky. This is a weird planet. Okay. I did what I needed to do, which is good. It's really good. So, I'm just going to visit the trading post now I'm here. Weather is actually quite okay on this planet. So, beep. The reason I want the trading post is mainly trade,
Product received.
because
Product
that's a
received.
good way of earning
Product
money.
received.
And yeah, you might not want to earn money too. There's a lot of discussions whether you should or you shouldn't. I mean, I'll let you choose whether you want to do one or another, because it's kind of your game, so you can actually play exactly like you want to. And if you really want to sit and earn money so it gushes out of the back end of your ship, feel free. I can't see anything problematic in that. it is still, it's what makes it fun for you to play.
Units received.
Whether that is collecting S-class ships or
Units received.
whatever it might be. It's really up to you. So I don't think anyone should tell you how to play your game. And if you are happy sitting on the first planet you ever came to, even though there might be quite nasty environment, but if you're sitting on one of the first planets you ever came to and have built a base and is growing your crops there, who is there to actually judge against that? So I was actually a little bit curious. There's actually ground animals. I need some predators, but as I haven't seen any, then I normally don't chase animals I don't know is there. I don't know whether they are there. So, yeah, that has to wait. It's not that I'm impatient or anything, I can't go out and actually chase, but it also have to be reasonable, I find. Yeah, this time I went back to the space station. That was actually not necessary. I could have just hyper jumped to the next system and so on. I actually don't know why I went back to the space station. So I have 6, and that's what I have of slots I think left. What is actually interesting is that I do want to fill up all my ships with storage slots if I can. And now the question is, okay, I have max, so I have no more space in this one for storage, so that is kind of good. then I know exactly what I have to deal with. And all that space up here can be used to selling stuff. And I need sometimes to keep an eye on my things in my exosuit as well, because things do fill up eventually, and it is just about to make sure that you do everything right all the time. That's where it's kind of difficult, because I do make mistakes. Hopefully not so many I get killed or things like that, but it is sometimes where you are in the situation where you let's say you have two choices, and one is good and the other one is not quite as good. That's what happens sometimes. So and it's fine. Just remember it's a game, and sometimes it fucks you over. It's not your fault, it's always the game's fault. And I'm actually not serious, because it is normally your own fault if you die. Just remember, running away is always an option, and we are not always good at doing that as human beings, because we get stubborn. We do not want to actually give up. Sometimes it's actually the right move. In this game, it's not like in chess where you have to move after your opponent moves. Here you actually don't have to move, but move. That makes sense. So running away is an option. You don't always have to fight to the death, because that is kind of fighting to the death. That is not always the best option at hand. It's actually very often better to know when to fight and when not to fight, because that gives you a little bit better chance for actually coming out on top. Someone once asked me, how do I kill a sentinel? And my answer was not very nice, because my answer is you do more damage to them than they do to you. And that is kind of the naked truth, because that is what always happens when you fight something. Okay, I do know that sometimes the health bar is not the same size and all that, but my point is that you just make sure you do more damage to them than they do to you. The hell, I don't want that. Why do they always give you a broken C-class multi-tool when they have to hand over their weapon? It's never a fully functional S-class. No, 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 no. It's a broken C-class. It's not even a broken S-class. No, it's a broken C-class. Every time. And then you can ask the question, how are they all running around with C-class weapon? Then they can't be very warrior-like. I would expect that to be almost top-notch all the time, but oh well, it might be their spare one they give us. I'm a little bit in this situation. I actually don't know what drives that algorithm, but I find it a little bit weird. It's always C-class and they are always broken. Well, hey-o. A very yellow Explorer C-class. So it's a Viking system, then you can get 2 times nanites, there's 1 on each side. Bear that in mind. Because 3 nanites is still 3 nanites. Nothing here I really can use. My exosuit is filled up. And that is what it is. The further you get into the game, the more you actually have, and the more you have, the less you can use that is presented to you. And I know the thing that it's not only chasing money all the time. Of course it's not. But on the other hand, at some point, you get to where you actually have so much money that you don't really care what people say about that. So, desert planet, I will guess that is hot. So, as I said before, feel free to use the chat. You don't have to be a follower to do so. I'm happy to chit chat with anyone. Of course, if you choose to follow, that would be appreciated. Well, if you're sitting with any questions about the game, I might be able to answer that. What? That was very, very late it came up. Or I missed it. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I think I was a little bit stupid. Just jumping out without checking. Should really not do that. I should know better. However, done is done. And as I said, we all make mistakes. That happens. I will say, as long as I don't make mistakes that get me killed, and I'm actually quite okay with it. Yeah, I got stubborn with that fighter because it looked like it was something different. Don't do that. So... I'm actually only here to get some trade goods that I can bring with me to the next system or the next or whatever it becomes. And of course I'm looking if I can sell some of my resources. I have already checked the trade goods on the space station. That doesn't really change, but the resources and other things actually do change, so it's always worth just to check if it is you want to sell things. If you're not interested in selling stuff, then just disregard, I would say. So everything here has been C, so I don't have high hopes on anything. It's an explorer, and that was a C as well, yeah. There's an interesting cube over there. Looks like someone cut a mountain in half. See, that's one thing I can't resist, so we have to go to the planet now. That is probably not a predator. There's actually other animals just over the ridge, so that does look like some sort of saber tiger. Not really anything I can use to anything. Oh well, the good news is scanning always end up giving quite a bit of coinage. So go back to the metal fingers. And just do them. Because that is something which gives a lot of uranium at least, and kind of a thank you for following. An amount of gold as well. Because that is really a thing to keep an eye on in the landscape. Metal fingers, each of them can give as much as a resource pile on a planet, so it is actually something I always go for. No, it gives me a lot more than I actually need, but on the other hand, I then rarely need to go for things like uranium because I get it from metal fingers. So that is the good thing. I didn't find any predators though, but there are other planets around. And I do know that predators can be difficult to find. Often they actually find you before you find them. I kept feeling that I got a red dot, but I think it's that one on the ship which confused me a little bit. Oh yeah, I think it's time to take flight and have a little look at what other planet types is in this system. Is there something which looks like there would be a lot of animals? Otherwise there's a black hole somewhere and we'll go for that. The thing is, you don't always know what type of animal life there is on a planet. There is some commonalities which you learn to go by, but it's no guarantee. I've gone to paradise planets which only had very few animals. So I can see it's roughly that way. I'm running out of fuel. But luckily I have plenty on board, so... Jesus. Still can't see it on the horizon, but oh, there it is. They can be very difficult to see, especially for me, which doesn't have the best of eyesight either. So it's a little bit a no-win scenario trying to sit and look for a black hole, which is very small, far away, and you can look at your scanner in the cockpit and see, oh, it's in that direction, but is it straight ahead, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, up or down? You really do want to get it spot on, because if you use your pulse engine and kind of pass it, then you have to turn around, try to find it, and so on. So I do check and see how far I actually go, but it is always roughly 6,000 light years in a black hole. So we know that, and that's how it is. It will come up and tell you you have gone millions of, well, up to the highest we have had mentioned in the stream here is 1.2, and I have had that a couple of times. So light years, and you go, wow, then I must be close to the center, and then you look, you have actually only moved 6,000 light years, and you're still far from the center. So that's how it is. Well, at least it was an A class. It is a little bit better. Okay. So I have to talk to a traveler now. I'm in general not too keen on that, but let's do it anyway. So he gave me 100 nanites, and I'm actually going to spend them again, because when you talk to a traveler the second time, you ask where they came from, and you have to take this option with the 100, because he gives you direction to a place of interest, which is, spoilers, actually his grave. So, is it because I want to be a grave robber? Nah. Um, this is not Tomb Raider or Indiana Jones, so no. But the grave of a traveler is beneficial, especially if you don't do the Atlas part. I have done that, so I have gotten all clips from that. But if you don't do the Atlas part, the only way to get clips is from travelers' graves. Solar C, further C. Shuttle is coming in. B. Okay. So that's the only way of getting glyphs if you don't do the Atlas part. I did that, so I have gotten them kind of for free. But for instance, in my survival game, I have not done the Atlas part, and I'm actually getting the glyphs from travelers, and it's actually going quite well. It's not so difficult as I actually anticipated it would be, and that is always a good thing when things kind of goes in a proper way and not becomes one of these you look and you look and you look and you look and you think you find something and then no, that was the wrong thing. But you do have to run into them, and that is of course the challenge. So what I'm actually doing, I'm talking to them to get all the words. I'm quite close with the core works. I already got all the Viking words. I'm still lagging a little bit behind with the gig, so I'm looking for missions which gives storage augmentation for the ships or storage for the multi-tool, both which I have plenty of, which need to be filled up. So that's what I mainly go for, but I also sometimes look what this one, for instance, I already have one mission to kill a predator, so why not take another one and then just go with it. Because when you kill one in one mission, it also counts in the other, and I actually have a third one with killing predator, but that's 2. It is not a mission I actually like, but it's actually not bad to do if you can do 4 missions in one go, for instance. And I keep forgetting to put my personal refiner on, because I do that so I don't have to do it in the end of my stream session, because then I can sometimes sit a very long time while I finish refining. So I spend a little bit of carbon on it and actually do it while I run around anyway. Would there be any predators on a rocky planet? This is of course a possible thing, but I just forgot. I'm actually looking for a grave. It was there. I was quite lucky it was on this planet, because otherwise I had just gone on and forgot all about it. So it's not really something I need, but I'm doing it to show those who don't know how it works what to do. So what you do is you find the grave. I parked almost on top of it. And you press E, you get the guy up, you do some talking, you take it. And it's called a memory fragment. It's something which will help you. You could sell it for 16 units. That's not much, so it's actually more worth consuming it. So what did I get out of that? I have no clue. Nanites. And a pulse splitter module. That's actually not bad. The 100 nanites was actually what he gave me. I spent on him to get here, and then he actually gave it back to me. So 2, 11, 12, 7. So that one is better. That one is better. That one is supercharged. That one is better. So, oh, no, there's something different. So, yeah, I can now store it and then sell it to a module seller. That would give me 19 nanites. But if I dismantle it, I get 75 cobalt and 1 wiring loom. You know what? A wiring loom is between 40 and 120,000 coins. So that at least saved me some money. Cobalt I used to make iron batteries, which is used to fuel my shield. So it's actually a win-win scenario to get things out of it you can use. So I'm scanning. This is not my best scanning multi-tool, but as I didn't know what I would run into, I actually kept this on. So I'm actually, that was the wrong one. I'm going to change it because this will be totally scanning. And yeah, I need to kill predators, and if I come there, but I do have weapon on this one, and it is strong enough to kill some animals if needed. Where the problem could come is if I run into aggressive sentinels or something in that direction, that would not be good. So a lot of didn't know what to expect, so that's kind of what comes out of it. But definitely this type of planet is not where there is a lot of animals. And we can actually check it. There is 3. And they're flying, all of them. So hello Bam, welcome too. That sounds good. Yeah, it's actually been quite interesting so far. You are down 1-0 on S-Class. I saw a exotic on a 2-star system, so you're 1 down. So let's see what other planet. It was a yellow mosquito. Yeah, it was kind of nice. I'm out looking for predators. I normally don't go chasing them, but I suddenly have 3 missions with the predators, so I thought, better go and look for them. And I ran out of fuel. I knew I would do that, so. Well, there is a lot of weirdness on Reddit sometimes, and I have been sitting reading some threads which you actually you literally think, what are they on? It does seem like they are on something which is very chemical and is influencing the brain in weird ways. Oh dear. Yeah, that's. Oh dear. Well,
Technology recharge. Units received. Units received.
I will say that if that's the route you want to take, then feel free.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
All animals here eat. Oh. Okay. All animals here eat plants. What a boring bunch. None that eat prey that looks like a predator. Looks like it. Oh, it got angry. Good sign. Does it count? Nope. So I just killed an animal for not being a predator. Oh, I feel bad now. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should take the same route and we could simply flood it. Damn. Why is it always when you need something special, you can't find it? The other day I landed on a planet and there were 6 different predators trying to eat me. Ah, man.